Great day, phenomenal. Weather broke a little bit for us today, a little bit cooler. Got some great situational work in. Worked on 2-point plays there at the end right there. And thought that was great to see from both sides. Thought our guys did a good job on a third day of staying up and staying healthy and practicing the right way to continue to push that. Got some great kickoff cover work and kickoff return work, situational with different types of sky kicks and squib kicks. I think our special teams got a chance to be really good this year. A little bit of news. We got some news on Habas. He's not going to be back for this year. So he's got a medical condition that's a non-football related injury. I'm going to leave it at that until he chooses to go further, if he does, because that's personal to him. Our medical staff and everybody is still working to figure that out, where he might could redshirt and return for next season. But first and foremost, our concerns are for him and getting him well. That's what I just told the team. Anytime that somebody does something right all the time and it doesn't work out for them, there's a lesson to be learned in that. We talk all the time about what are you going to, not what are you going through. And I know one thing, I know several things Avery Habas is going to. He's going to being a great husband. He's going to being a great father. And he's going to being a great leader in the community. And what he goes through on his avenues to those things is in the Lord's hands, and he knows that. But what a great young man, and we certainly have great hopes that he's going to be well eventually and be able to play his senior year. So with that, I'll open it up.
Well, he was out here today. It didn't look like, still part of the team, still encouraging guys. And
oh, yeah. Avery Habas, whether he plays another down or not, is one of the great Golden Eagles, with the way he's lived his life, the way he loves this place, and the way he's played the game, And like I said, it's not over that he may ever play again, but they've got to figure that out. But we love him, and he's definitely a part of this program.
Coach, to that position with Avery not going to be here, we got to talk about how Tremont Henry's come along and the depth he gives as the number 3 there in that spot.
Yeah, it's been great. Like I said, when we lost him, we kind of had a luxury there from the standpoint we had more than enough. You still got Jaleel Clemens, who's got a chance to be an all-conference player. You got Josh Carr, who was a dynamic player 2 years ago, and you got a young freshman in Tremont Henry, who is going to be a great Golden Eagle one day. So we got we play one jack most of the time, so that's a 2 deep plus 1. Then we got a really good, walk-on that plays his heart out in Caleb Sausage Gardner. So, we've got good depth right there. And so that's a credit to our staff and Joe Marino and Reed Stringer and how we've recruited and how we've developed.
Kind of speak to the biggest thing I've noticed with your offense this year, just watching the scrimmages that I've watched, is y'all's ability, be it the quarterback or whatever, to extend plays, get through a progression, and then extend a drive, working underneath, be a check down or whatever. Just a huge difference to me.
Yeah, both of them get the ball out on time, and then when it's not there, they are making plays out of the pocket. I think it's a little bit of a misnomer that Billy was just a pocket guy. And you've seen Glenn, man, he's taken off and run on zone read and quarterback run schemes, and it was kind of known that Holman could do that too, and he's shown that since he's been here. So we feel like both of them are going to be able to make off-script plays, if you will, and they've done that all fall camp. And that's been really, really good to see.
Safe to say that's something you haven't had.
Well, our struggles have been documented offensively for a lot of reasons. We're excited about the development of our O-line, the development of our tight ends and backs and receivers, and certainly these quarterbacks bring a lot to the table that we're going to be able to build it around, and we think got a chance to be pretty dang good.
your defensive line, you got some depth there. You got some guys, thinking about Jalen Williams and Ratcliffe.
Yeah.
You got some just tough guys, gritty guys that kind of love going out there and kind of give their 110%.
Yeah, so our fans ought to really know them because they're all back from last year. The only one we lost was Cooley to an injury, but everyone that played for us is back. And then we added Eric Thomas, Eli Fubai redshirted, and now he's coming off a redshirt year and in the mix as well. D'Amico Rowland redshirted and is a big driving force right there at nose guard. So then we added Cam Mackey as a true freshman. So we've just got more depth than we've ever had there, and we've got a lot of proven pieces coming back. You mentioned Jalen Williams. We think he's got a chance to be an all-conference player. Josh Ratcliffe has had as good a fall camp as anybody on our football team. Quentin Bivens is back, and I feel like I'm leaving some. Bro Darius Lewis has really come on. Bro Darius Lewis came to us at about 265, and he's up around 300 now. Out of Jones Junior College, and Steve Buckley and out Prattville High School, and is going to be a really big force in there too.
Noticed with with Caston and Jones out with the concussion
Yeah.
protocols, the receivers just behind them still looked as dynamic as they did.
Yeah, I think kind of a theme of what we've been talking about is we got a lot of depth. Caston should be back by Friday, we think. Frog should be back probably next week. We don't mess with head injuries here. If we do not, mental health's important here. The concussion protocol and all, we are to the T with Todd McCall, and they both bang their heads hard on the turf, going for diving passes, and so we don't play with that. And but they should be on their way back here soon. But like you said, man, it's giving these young guys opportunities. Javion Butler, you've seen flash. Zay Franks has really come on. Ty Mims, of course, has been Ty Mims, and Tyquan Henderson's made plays every day. So we feel like, we do have good depth right there and got a chance to have, and B. Hayes, man. B. Hayes has had as good a camp as anybody on our team, too. So we got good depth.
You got to speak about Jalen Sims a little bit. Just like he makes a step coming on, flashes every day.
Yeah, we think Jalen's one of the more talented linebackers that we've had here. Now, he's learning the system. We do a lot defensively. He's got 2 great mentors, really 3 great mentors in that room with Hayes Maples, Swayze Boseman, and TQ Newsome. But he's a dynamic playmaker. He's going to be integral in our kicking game and also with what we're doing on defense. We may do some sub packages where we get him on the field with some of those other linebackers. But if he keeps living life like he's living and studying and being with Ankar, he's got a chance to be one of those linebackers, one of those prototypical Southern Miss nasty bunch linebackers.
One more, Coach. Some of the players have been talking about ping pong competitions going on. They said you're one of the better ping pong players, a part of this program. Can you talk to us about your skills on the ping pong table?
Yeah. Well, first, Carter Hankins is the best.
Okay.
Coach Chad Williams, Southern Miss Hall of Famer, is right there with him. He's going to be mad at me for me saying Carter's the best. Coach Williams right there with him, and then after that, I can hang with anybody. I can get Carter every now and then, but the thing about me is, and we've kind of used ping pong as an example to all of them, that core value 4 is always compete, and always compete's not about the result; it's about the journey. And when I first started playing, I was terrible, but I played Carter consistently, and I played Jack Walker and some of our better players. Davis Dalton's really good, and I got better and better, and now I'm really good. Now I got my butt kicked a whole lot, but through competition you improve, right? And so it's kind of been a good little funny example of why we preach what we preach to our kids.
Thanks, Coach.
They told us Avery's probably out for the year. Tough blow for you guys, obviously, because not only what he meant to you guys on the field, but off the field, just as a leader. But to have him around and have him back here at practice today, I mean, how encouraging is it to see him kind of still be a part of the team and show him the support that he has?
Yeah, even knowing that he's not going to be with us playing this year, he still brought just a tremendous attitude, and it just brought a whole new perspective to our practice. We love the guy. He's like a brother to me. Me, him, and Hayes are like the 3 amigos. Like, we're in the weight room at all times together. If one of us does something, the other one can't leave until he does it. It's that type of competition that drives this team. And so when you lose a guy who's in that leadership position and who just brings it every day, I mean, all the coaches, the players can attest to the kind of guy he is, the amount of work that he puts in, and just how great of a dude he is, not just on football, but in life. When you lose a guy like that off the field, it's a huge blow, but just to have his presence around, it brings us all back up.
You just walk us through that conversation when y'all found out he wouldn't be back.
I had talked to him a little bit before Coach made it public, so I'd already known. But, when you announce it to the team, it really just sets in them, because, we were talking during practice, and he told me, and I was like, yeah, man, I hate it for you, and I love you, dog, and I'm here for you. And then when you announce it to the whole team and everyone kind of gets that feel of he really isn't playing this year, it discourages you. But, we got that Jack room is loaded, and so we got a lot of guys that can pull his weight, and he's going to be there coaching just like Hayes and I did last year. We were basically student coaches when we weren't playing. He's going to be doing the same thing.
You speak to that, but the depth you guys have at linebacker, the experience you have, between yourself and Hayes, you guys have a lot of games that you've played. How much do you think that is a strength of y'all's, that particular unit, the linebacker?
Yeah, I'm obviously biased because I'm in that group, but I feel like we got 4, 5, 6 guys that can go. In the past, we've been pretty deep, but then when injuries struck, like last year when Hayes and I both were out, took us from 5 to 3, and 3 gets dangerous because as soon as one's out, you only got 2. And so when we got 5 or 6 now, we can roll people and keep people fresh. And, you know, the coaches do a great job of that. We got guys who know what to do. They're great teachers and our coaches. And so when you got great teachers who teach your good players what to do, and you got 5 or 6 of them that can go, it's pretty dangerous.
Kind of give your thoughts on the state of the defense through camp, you know, your thoughts on how you guys are doing, how your camp's doing.
Yeah, I think we're having a great camp. You know, having Coach OB for the defensive coordinator, it's awesome. You know, we love that guy, and we're so glad that he got that position, that opportunity, and he's proven why he got the job. You know, the defense that he has us with is incredible. Lots of moving parts, lots of same as. Everything looks the same, but all the different things compile together to form like a greater game plan to where you never know what we're throwing at you. Everything looks the same, and so you think we're rolling down 2 safeties and we're dropping them out, you know, and it's hard for an offense to kind of get a read on that. So he is brilliant in his scheme and his mindset with that. We're really thankful to have him.
Just off that, you face him every day, kind of your thoughts on where the offense is this year?
Those guys are good. They're good. The O-line has improved tremendously. Coach Greg is doing a great job with them. And then we got, seems like 17 running backs or super backs that doesn't matter where you put them, they can make plays. And then the quarterback battle that we have is just fun to watch because it doesn't matter which one of them you put out there, we're going to be good. And so that's a great problem to have. We have 2 starting quarterbacks. We don't know which one we're going to put in. And then the receivers room is stacked. So we got guys that can go all over the place. So I'm excited to see what they do this year. We're going to be able to put up some numbers, and I'm excited about that.
What about the defensive line? Because it feels like you guys have a lot of depth, and you got, you know, guys like Jalen who have a big motor and just kind of a tough group right there.
Oh, yeah, they're great, and that makes the job as linebackers really easy because we got 5 offensive linemen getting taken up by 3 defensive linemen, you know, so we got run-throughs, and we're able to make tackles because they can't single block our D linemen because they'll just go make the play. And so when you got that type of guy up front, and then you got about 6, 7 of them that can roll in and roll out, that you don't lose any competitiveness or you lose that level of play from the first guy to the second guy. It makes my job a lot easier. It probably makes Coach OB's job a lot easier calling plays.
I'm going to speak to one of your teammates in your room, Jalen Sims, how he's coming along.
Jay Sims, he's really coming along. I didn't get to practice this spring, so I just got to sit back and do a lot of watching, and immediately he caught my eye. I was like, all right, I'll play with this guy. This guy can go because he got the scheme quick. He's football smart, and so he understands concepts and stuff like that. And then he's just got a great motor. I mean, he's ready to go. He's going to roll whenever he's in. It's 100%, and he's going to go make the play even if it's not his play to make. And I love that about him. And he's a great competitor, and I'm really excited to play next to him.
I was asking some of the guys about the best nicknames on the team. I know you got Frog and Rambo. And then someone told me Caleb Gardner got Sausage and Pork Chop. Who gave him those nicknames?
I don't know where the nickname came from, but Caleb is pretty much any part of a pig that you can name. You call him ham, pork chop, sausage, bratwurst, anything like that. Anything that you can come up with, it's got to do with any type of pig. You know, that's kind of his nickname. Another one's Rat, our defensive lineman, 93. He's a great guy with his nickname is Rat, and it's funny, man.
Any nicknames for you or no?
I've been called Brother Bose before by Hayes Puckett. That's what he calls me all the time.
Okay. Good deal.
Appreciate it.